District planning committees in India, in most of the states, are conspicuous by their absence. Discuss with relevant examples. So, you start your answer with why district planning committees. Why district planning committees? Why district planning committees? Centralized top-down approach to development. Centralized top-down approach to development between 1950s and 1990s was a failure. Centralized top-down approach to development between 1950s and 1990s was a failure, resulting in a decentralized participative governance. Resulting in decentralized participative governance. Then under Articles 243 ZD, Article 243 ZD, all states and union territories are expected to constitute DPCs. Except Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Delhi and Kashmir. But even the 74th Amendment was passed in 1995 by all the states, majority of the states are yet to constitute DPCs. Majority of the states are yet to constitute DPCs. Majority of the states are yet to constitute DPCs. And even in those states which have DPCs, they are only there in letter but not in spirit. What are the states that are yet to constitute DPCs? States like Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, then Jharkhand and Punjab, Chandigarh. In these states, DPCs are yet to be constituted. They are yet to be constituted. And what are the DPCs expected to do? The DPCs are expected to formulate plans for the entire district. For the entire district. That includes both rural and urban areas. Yes. Yeah, they form. Obviously, they are collating the plans of local self-government. They formulate the plans for the entire district. For example, a panchayat, at the lowest level, you have the Gram Sabha. From Gram Sabha, it will go to the Mandal Panchayats. From Mandal Panchayats, it will go to the Jilla Parishads. This is in rural areas. In urban areas, from Nagar Panchayats to the municipal councils. And both the DPC consists of members from both rural areas and urban areas. What they do, they integrate the plans of rural and urban areas and come out with the plan for the entire district. So if you want to say collate or if you want to say formulate, both of them are fine. Basically, adding up the plans of all the local self bodies at each and every time, coming out with a much broader plan for the entire district. This is what you call planning from below or decentralized planning. But what we are saying is that most of the states never really did not really bother to constitute DPCs. In those states where DPCs have been constituted, they are not at all functional. They are not at all functional. We have given the examples of the states which are yet to constitute DPCs. In other states where DPCs have been constituted, their performance is not up to the mark. Why? Because what are the reasons why DPCs have failed? Why? Because there is no separate budget for the districts. You can have plans only when you have separate budget. There is no separate budget for the district. Second, funds given to panchayats are conditional. They are not unconditional. That is, they are tied to central and state schemes. For example, you will get funds under MNREGA. So you must be spending the money only under MNREGA. So there is no, what is the question of planning there when you are expecting money only under that particular scheme. So funds given to panchayats are tied to central and state schemes. Next, there is no accountability at the state level to transfer funds to panchayat bodies and other local self-governments to transfer funds. Next, there is no separate window in the state budget. There is no separate window in the state budget for local self-governments. Next, members of DPC do not have technical knowledge to formulate plans. Technical knowledge. They do not have any technical knowledge. Next, they do not have any power to oversee the implementation of plans. They do not have any power to oversee the implementation of plans. Next, in most of the states, at the local level, district collector still enjoys absolute powers in terms of allocation of funds, and in terms of implementation of schemes. Next, unwillingness on the part of the government, central government to reduce the number of centrally sponsored schemes. For all these reasons, DPCs have been ineffective. What are the solutions? You can reverse the problems and you will get the solutions. Yes. Yes, who is he? Yeah. Yeah, you can write about State Finance Commission. The recommendations of State Finance Commission are not implemented. That's what we have said. The state budget should not specify what is the amount of money that should be given to local self-governments. Even the State Finance Commission comes out with recommendations regarding vertical as well as horizontal devolution. The state's budget should not specify what is the amount of money that should be given to panchayats within the stipulated time period. So when there is no certainty regarding the availability of funds, how can you formulate the plans? State Finance Commission is regressive in nature. Last year, what? Last year was that question there? State Finance Commission was regressive. No, I don't think so. Huh? I don't know what exactly the question, but I don't think it was framed like that. State Finance Commission is regressive. Nobody will give that kind of question, I think. But what is the exact question? How it is undermining State Finance Commission? But you please tell me the exact question, not your interpretation. Okay, that's very important. The truth is something different. Our perception will be completely different. Anyway, no problem. If you want, I will discuss the question in our next test. No problem. Right? But for this question, this is what you have to write. Obviously, that is, they are not related to State Finance Commission. It's okay. The question is different. Okay, you can sleep peacefully, no problem. The question is completely different. You read the question again and then you will understand it. Very simple question. UPSC will never make your life difficult. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, I heard the question. No problem. You read the question second time, you will get the answer. If you still not, I will explain.